Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, guys. It is June 1st. Fantasy season is above us, guys. I cannot wait to review these teams. Make sure you guys are in the Discord, discord.gg/sleeper if you're not in it. Let's get the reviews started, gentlemen. All right, guys, we're going to start in League 41. If the music is too loud or if I'm too loud, please let me know, guys, and I can try to fix that. But with that being said, man, in League 41, there's a couple people that wanted reviews. We have Shark, Ribe, Bernardo, and Loco that all wanted their views, guys. We are going to start with Shark, all right? As you guys know, we review teams based on a scale, but now we're going to do it a little bit differently, guys. We're going to review teams based on how they are going to do this year versus how they're going to do long term. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give people two ratings, guys, now and long term. So we'll see how Shark drafts his team, guys. With that being said, Shark does have his future first round picks. That is very, very nice for him. If we go ahead and take a look at where he drafted, right? He drafted here at the 112. It does not look like he made any trades, guys. And I tell this to everybody, guys. When you don't make trades in Dynasty, you're not going to have a good team, guys. You do not win a league by draft, by only drafting. You win leagues by trading, by doing waivers, by doing so many more things than just drafting. Drafting is like one part of it, guys. Most of the time, unless it's redraft, you don't win leagues by just drafting, especially in a roster this big like Dynasty. But let's go ahead and see how Shark does. Joe Burrow is your quarterback. One is phenomenal. All right, then you have Jordan Love and Sam Darnold. Your quarterback room is beautiful. You have James Cook and Derrick Henry. That running back is superb, but now Henry is really old, so I would be careful with that. Amon-Ra and Jordan Addison. I do like Amon-Ra, but Addison this year, I'm not the biggest fan, gentlemen. Juwan Jennings is there. Justin Jefferson is there. TJ Hawkinson is there, and you are getting the ball thrown at you by Kyler Murray. I don't know how much I love that. Harold Fant is going to be an amazing tight end. Then you have David Montgomery, Jake Ferguson, and Josh Downs. Don't get me wrong, I like David Montgomery, but Fergus should not be a flex player, even in a 0.5 TP. Now, if it was one tight end premium, I would understand. But when there's Pickens in that team, when there's Lamb in that team, when there's Javonte in that team, it's just there's going to be too many pass catchers in there for Jake Ferguson to be valid as a flex player. And then Josh Downs, he's going to be the wide receiver too with Daniel Jones in the Colts. I don't love that. I hope that was Alec Pierce. But when you don't make any trades in fantasy, guys, in Dynasty, this is how your team ends up looking, man. You're going to have a weak wide receiver 2. You're going to have a weak running back 2 with Derrick Henry. You're going to have a weak flex 2 and a weak flex 3 as well. You have JCM, JJ McCarthy, Rashid Shaheed, Dalton Schultz, Kate Auden. You're going to have a weak bench as well, man. I get, the only person I might like is JCM, but Dobbins is on the older side, man. JJ McCarthy is never going to be a starting quarterback anymore. Rashid Shaheed, that's going to be Torrey Horton's wide receiver too. Schultz is old. Kate Auden, I'm not sure what we're thinking there. It's just when teams don't trade in Dynasty, guys, I have never seen a good team come out of a team that does not trade in Dynasty. Unfortunately, it's one of the teams. Your wide receiver 2 is on the weaker side. Your flex 2 and 3 is on the weaker side. Your running back 2 is on the weaker side. Your bench is on the weaker side. I'm going to have to give this team a solid 2.9, Shark. I say that confidently, brother. I just think there's too many anomalies on this team. I would definitely recommend you trading, especially you playing for a win now right now. Go ahead and trade your first few round picks, your first round, second round, third round pick to get somebody. Now, like I said, overall rating is going to be a 2.9. Rating this year is probably going to be higher. It's probably going to be a 6.1, but next year in the long term, it does not look good for this team. I'm going to give it a full 2.9, guys. Shout out to you for being here. I appreciate you. We're now going to go towards Rab Guy, gentlemen. Rab Guy is here as well. He does not have his future first round pick. So that means he should have a very, very solid team, especially if he gave up capital for that. He drafts here at the 1-3. He goes with Josh Allen as quarterback 1. He has CJ Stroud, and he does not have a quarterback 3. That automatically makes me not like his quarterbacks, guys. You need a quarterback 3 in Dynasty. You just do. You just do. Over and over, I tell people, you just need a quarterback 3. You never know when injuries might happen. What happens when bye weeks happen? You don't want to just lose that, that week. Now, Devon Achane and Kenneth Walker are going to be superb running backs. Drake London and Zay Flowers are going to be amazing wide receivers. Kincaid, I still don't understand why we're drafting Kincaid over guys, like a Jake Ferguson, like a George Kittle, like a Mark Andrews. Guys, Kincaid has done nothing. Kincaid has done nothing this year, has done nothing last year. Dawson Knox is still on that team. I'm personally not the biggest fan of your tight end. Now you have Travion, Alec Pierce, and DK Metcalf. Travion has a lot of upside. Alec Pierce has a lot of upside. DK Metcalf is on the older side, but he says he'll give you those 10 points per week. You know what I mean? But what I do like in here, man, even though you didn't make a lot of trades, you still made a trade and got Drake London there at the 212. That simple one trade, that one trade you did, automatically made your team a lot better, man. But you don't have a third quarterback. I am a little bit worried about that as well. Your tight end is definitely on the weaker side. You have Pollard, Goddard, Jordan Mason, Antonio Williams, Deshaun Watson, Woody Marks, Oscar. The bench is, what I will say about the bench is that you do have some older guys in here in case your younger guys don't perform. I do like this team this year. This year, I'll give this team a 6.8 out of 10. But you not having a third quarterback scares me. Your tight end scares me. Your tight end scares me. Long term, this team will probably be a 4.8. The main reason I say that, man, is because Kenneth Walker's on the older side. Who else? DK Metcalf's on the older side. Tony Pollard's on the older side. Dallas Goedert's on the older side. Jordan Mason's on the older side, man. I'm not the biggest fan of the older players you have, especially with you not having a future first. So in total, I'll probably give this team a 5.4 because I think you could have, in my opinion, made a couple different picks to have your team be more balanced. But what I will say is this team does have upside. Travion still has been not unleashed. Alec Pierce has not been unleashed. Devon Achane, he's still on the younger side. So I still don't mind this team, but that quarterback 3 scares me, that tight end scares me, and the older players in your team also scares me. But Rybe, I'll give this team a 5. I'll give this team a solid 5.8, Rybe. 5.8, brother. I appreciate you for being in here. All right, we're now going to go forward, guys. We are going to go forward. We are going to go forward with Bernardo here. Bernardo, welcome, my brother. You went ahead and drafted here. You do not have your future first round pick or your future 28 pick, guys. You do not have either of those. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your team real quick. Bernardo. All right, Bernardo. Looks like you drafted here at the 1-1, and you have made some trades, guys. Even one trade is fine in Dynasty. You have to make a trade. You have to. If you don't make a trade, your team will end up becoming bad. It's just based on my experience, based on what I've seen, guys. I'm not trying to tell you guys, who to draft. I'm not trying to tell you guys anything like that. But, guys, you have to make sure you do trades in Dynasty. Otherwise, you're just not going to win the league. All right, with that being said, man, Jaden Daniels is going to be a great quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is going to be an amazing quarterback, too. And you have Matthew Stafford. Your quarterback room is superb. I love that for you. Scatterbo and Etienne are going to be amazing running backs. Lamb, Nico are going to be amazing wide receivers. Barner is going to be the biggest weakness that you do have. Please do not forget, they also drafted Elijah Arroyo in the 2nd round last year. They didn't just draft him not to use him, guys. They did not just draft him not to use him. So they're still going to be using him. AJ Barner, I'm not fully confident with him. So your tight end is on the weaker side. But Higgins, Waddle, Watson, this is a win now team for sure. Especially with you not having a 2 future first. This is a win now team for sure. You have Ty Simpson, just in case Matthew Stafford, gets injured, retires. Chuba, Jonathan Brooks, Michael Pittman, Hunter Henry. You don't really need Hunter Henry. I'm not sure what the thought process with Hunter Henry pick was. You do not need him at all. Terran Tracy, TJ Spheres, Tesla. What I will say about this team, man, even though you don't have your future first round picks, you still kept it somewhat young. Scatterbo is younger. ETN might be 27, but he just signed a 4-year extension. Lamb is on the, he's 27, younger side. Nico, 27, young. By younger side, I mean they still have 3-4 years to play. You know what I mean? Uh, Higgins, 27. Waddle, 27. Christian Watson, 27. I don't think I ever seen one. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 wide receivers that are 27. I don't know if that's a coincidence or you were trying to go for that, but wow. And I think you have also Travis Etienne, who's 20. This team should be named 27. You have so many people that are 27 years old, man. But with that being said, I really do like this team. Now, I will probably give this team, if competing now, I'll give this team an 8.1. I still hope that tight end is a little bit better, man. I think you should definitely try to trade for a tight end and see what you can do with that. 8.1 now. In the future, though, with you not having your future first, it is gonna hurt you a little bit. So in the future, I'll probably give this team a 7.1. But in total, this is a solid team, a 7.6 loco. 7.6. I like this team. Very solid team, man. I like what you did with your future first as well. I like the team you drafted. Good drafting. All right, we're now going to go to Loco. Loco, welcome, my brother. Where are you, Loco? Loco? Oh, did I go? Oh, my bad, guys. I was looking at the wrong. Okay, here you go. My bad. Bernardo did a lot more trades than just a second. My bad, guys. But Loco did one trade. So let's go ahead and take a look at Loco's team. But see, this is what I want to look at, guys. This is what I want to look at when I'm looking at a team, right? I'll show you guys a team of mine, right? Let's just go ahead and look at a team of mine, right? Let's just go to League 103, right, guys? Let's just go to League 103, right? Let's go to draft results, right? So with my team, for example, right? For the first 4 rounds, I didn't make any trades. Then I'm like, you know what, guys? I gotta make some trades. I have to. So I sold my 5th and 6th round picks and got some mid to late picks. And as you guys can see, I still have a contending team. I will just show you guys real quick. I still have a contending team. I have Caleb Williams, just for everybody watching, right? I hope just for everybody watching, right? I have Caleb Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chuba, Garrett Wilson, Alec Pierce, Mark Andrews, Devontae Sutton, Matthew Golden, Patrick Mahomes. Golden is on the weaker side, don't get me wrong. But then I also have Sam Darnold, Josh Downs, Tony Pollard, Kelsey, Brissett, Brandon Ayuk, Troy Franklin, Elkayo Marner. So this team can compete this year. Not only can this team compete this year, I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have 6 first round picks in the next 2 years. 6. So not only am I competing this year, but I can also compete the year after this. Make sure my team is set for the year, for 2028, 2029, whatever it is, guys. Trades are very important. Like I said, the first 4 rounds, I didn't do any trades because there was just no values. I was getting Gibbs at a good value. I didn't want to trade him at the 105. I got Caleb Williams at a good value. I didn't want to trade him. I got Patrick Mahomes at a good value. I didn't want to trade him. Then Garrett Wilson, I needed a wide receiver there as well. And then I'm like, in the 5th round, I didn't see anybody that I wanted. 6th round, didn't see anybody that I wanted. So I traded. And that's what you guys have to do. Do not forget that, guys. All right, guys. With that being said, we are now going to go to, I think we're going to go to Loco's team. Sorry about that. All right. I'm yapping too much, guys. All right, Loco, let's go ahead and take a look at your team, man. You drafted T-Law, phenomenal quarterback, man. Bo Nix and Kyler Murray. Your quarterback room is perfect right now. If we take a look at your future first-round picks, you do have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 first-round picks next year. I mean, in the next 2 years, I love that for you. I hope your team is on the younger side, but we'll see. Bijan and Judkins are going to be elite running backs. Rice and Burner are going to be phenomenal. Stowers as your tight end is okay. Casey, Parker, Brenton Strange, and Bo Nix. This is what I mean, guys. Just because you trade for future first round picks does not mean you can't still compete, guys. Kevin could be that wide receiver 1. Parker could be that wide receiver 1. Strange could still be a great tight end. Rashee Rice and Luther Burden could be amazing wide receivers. Bijan Judkins are already amazing running backs. He has Tila, he has Wonnix, he has Kyler Murray. Not only that, he has future 4 first-round picks. And he has Blake Corum. He has Rashad White. He has Quentin Johnston. He has a lot of solid players, guys. This is a phenomenal work done by Loco. Not only is he able to compete this year, but he set himself up for success not only this year, but next year and the year after that, guys. Phenomenal drafting here. Phenomenal trades by Loco. I think this is a team that I do like the most. I do like to see more than Bernardo's, Rives, and Sharks team. This year might not be as good. I'm going to give it a, probably a 7.8 rating this year. 7.7, 7.8, because it's still a very solid team. Next year, though, once you do have that 2027 rookie picks selected, it's going to be an 8.6, man. I like how you're drafting. I'm going to give this team an 8.2 Loco. I think you did very, very solid here. Let me go ahead and put that down for you. 8.2 Loco. Shout out to you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And shout out to, Loco, Bernardo, Ribe, AMC, Maverick, Dog, Tolman, Noob, Blake, West Coast, Roller, Shark. Don't forget, guys, if you did not get a review, it's because you did not follow these simple steps, guys. You guys have to make sure you send me, where's it at? Make sure you guys DM me the league name and your YouTube name, and as well as if you're subscribed or not. Simple as that, guys. If you guys did not do that, I am assuming you guys are opting out, and some people do opt out of reviews, guys, and I don't want to review your team if you don't want me to review your team. But with that being said, man, we're now going to move forward to League 43. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Yep, 42. I'm sorry, 42. We're going to move to League 42. Alright, guys, in 42, there's a couple people that wanted reviews as well. We're going to go ahead and look at Huff Daddy first. Huff Daddy, you do have your future first-round picks, alright? Now, this is what I don't like, guys. Again, I want you, before I even look at his team, guys, right? Do you guys think this team will be strong? The answer is, of course not. He hasn't done any trades. This team is not going to be very good because there's no trades being done in this team. Let's go ahead and take a look at your team, Huff. Jared Goff is going to be a phenomenal quarterback, and you have Stafford and you have Daniel Jones. I think that quarterback room is not amazing, but it's not bad. You got some. Jared Goff is turning 32 years old. Stafford's about to retire. Daniel Jones is turning 30 years old. All your quarterbacks are 30 plus years old, or turning 30 plus years old. I don't like that at all. Christian McCaffrey and Bucky are going to be great running backs, but McCaffrey is on the older side, man. Getting him at the 4-4 was a good spot, though. I will say that. Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb are going to be elite wide receivers for you. Tyler Warren is going to be a great tight end. Then you have J-Mo, who's going to be phenomenal flex one. And you have Wandale, man. You have Wandale Robinson here. All right. I'm not sure what we're thinking here. Wandale, yes, he had a good year last year, guys, but that's because Malik Neighbors got hurt. That's because Dart didn't have anybody else to throw to. Now he goes to a worse offense with a worse quarterback, and he still has to compete with Cardinal Tate. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Rico, 28 years old, man. He's turning 28. He's going to Pittsburgh. He has to compete with Jalen Warren. It's not Chuba Hubbard. Jalen Warren knows the system there. It's going to be hard for me to buy these two flexes, man. Let's see how your bench is. Chris Godwin is turning, 31 years old as a wide receiver. Why are we drafting him still, man? You need some younger guys in here. You have an older guy with McCaffrey. You have older guys with Rico Dowdle, man. You have older guys with your quarterbacks. Why are we taking more older guys here? Woody Marks, TJ Hawkinson, Pat Bryant, Dave Njoku, man. This bench is horrid. I'm sorry, man. This bench is horrid. I feel like you were trying to overcompensate for the lack of good flexes you have. So you went ahead and overbought some older guys to fill in for those flexes, and that's not how dynasties are going to be won, man. That's not how dynasties are going to be won, unfortunately. Your flexes are on the weaker side. Your bench is on the weaker side. Your quarterbacks are on the older side. I don't love this, man. This year, I can see it competing. I'll give it a 6.8. But next year, we know when McCaffrey is turning 31 years old, when Rico's turning 29 years old, when Stafford retires, this team's gonna be very weak. Yes, you have your future first, but still, man, that future first doesn't matter too much if you're built a roster that needs to semi-compete. This reminds me of the Steelers. It's gonna be a 7-7 roster by the end of Week 14, and it's just that, you know what I mean? Especially with a team with no trades. For the future years, I do have to give this probably a 3.7. In total, this team probably gets a 4.8. 4.7. I'm not the biggest fan of this team, Huff. I'm not the biggest fan of this team, unfortunately. All right, we are going to go forward to 04 Pistons next, gentlemen. 04 Pistons, let's go ahead and look at your team. You do have your future first, which is very nice, but man, you didn't make any trades either. Guys, I want you guys to tell me if this team's going to be good or not. I will let you guys decide that, all right? All right, Dart, Malik Willis. Look at that quarterback room, man. It's horrid. Horrid. I mean, Dart is amazing, but then you got to rely on Malik Willis with the Dolphins throwing to fucking who knows what. And you don't have a third quarterback. So let's just say Malik Willis gets hurt because he's a running quarterback. Let's say Dart gets hurt because he's also a running quarterback. You know, who are you going to rely on? Quarterback room is very weak. Bijan and Kalmanangai. I love Bijan, man, but Kalmanangai? As your running back too, I know you cannot be comfortable with that. Connell, Tatum Rice is going to be amazing wide receivers. I like that for you. Laporte is going to be a good tight end. You have Rome, Mackay, and Parker Washington. I actually don't mind this flex room at all. Parker Washington's only 24. Mackay Lemon's the wide receiver 2 now. Rome Odunze could very well, you know, be an amazing addition to your team. Your wide receiver room is beautiful. I will say that. But your running back room needs a lot of work. Especially if Kalmanangai or Bijan gets hurt, because then you got to rely on Ramondre Stevenson. You're gonna have to rely on. That's it. You don't have a lot of running backs on this team. You have 1, 2, 3 running backs, and then you have Pacheco. I won't even consider Ramondre running back because he's a backup running back, and nor Kalmanangai. He's a backup running back. Your running backs are on the weaker side, man. Your quarterbacks on the weaker side. You have Jaden Higgins, Ramondre, Brazel, Ferguson, Pacheco, Naylor. I like Higgins, don't get me wrong, man, but then I feel like you drafted Ramondre to compensate for the lack of running backs you have. You drafted Shedeur to compensate for the lack of quarterbacks you have. Same with Aaron Rodgers. When you try to compensate for a lack of something, guys, it's usually not a good sign. So your bench is on the weaker side, your quarterbacks are on the weaker side, your running backs are on the weaker side, but that wide receiver room is phenomenal. What I will say is now, competing, I'll give it a 5.9. For the future, I mean, you do have your future first. Your team is somewhat on the younger side. I'll give it a solid 3.9. You know, in total, I'll give this team a 4.2. 4.2 Pistons. I don't like teams that don't do trades, guys. Teams that don't do trades usually never win dynasties. Usually, guys. Just letting everybody know. All right, we're going to go to Water Guy next. Let's go ahead and take a look at Water Guy real quick. If I can find him, guys, I'm sorry. There we go. Water Guy has done some trades. Water Guy has done some trades, guys. He has his future first as well. Let's go ahead and see what he did. He drafted at the 1-1. He has Drake May, Tyler Shoke as his quarterbacks. Now, I do think he needs another quarterback, but so far, that's not a bad quarterback room. Now, does he need an additional quarterback? Yes, but Show and Drake May are very young, are very compatible, guys. Chase Brown and Kyron Williams are going to be amazing running backs. Drake London, Zay Flowers, amazing wide receivers. Harold Fannin is going to be great tight end. You have Watson, Johnson, and Josh Downs. Now, your biggest weaknesses are going to be that flex 2 and 3 with Johnson and Downs, just because you don't know. They're anomalies, but I do like the situation they're in. You know what I mean? Johnson's going to be the wide receiver 2 with the Chargers. Now, that is a run-first offense, but still, with no Keenan Allen, I still don't mind that. Josh Downs is going to be the wide receiver 2 with the Colts. I don't fully mind that, guys. I don't fully mind that. You have Romeo Doubs. I'm not the biggest fan of the Romeo Doubs pick, personally, with A.J. Brown there now. Charbonnet, he's going to be injured. Trey Benson, Gunner. Your bench needs a lot of work. Your flex 2 and 3 needs some work. But your tight end, Your wide receivers with London Flowers, your running backs, your quarterback with Drake May and Talek Show are phenomenal. This year, I'm probably going to give it a 6.9. Next year, I'll also, no. I'll take it back, guys. I take it back. This year, I'm going to give this team a 6.4. Next year, I'm going to give it a 6.9 because the team's going to be older. The team's going to have more experience. In total, though, I'll give this team a 6.7, guys. Water Guy, 6.7. I like the trades you made. Any trades is good, guys. 6.7. You still have your future first-round picks. I think next year, your team's going to be competing, but this year, it might be on the slower side. 6.7, Water. Shout out to you for being here. All right, guys, we're now going to move forward to Jake. Where's Jake? All right, Jake. Oh, man, Jake, you didn't make any trades either, man. What, guys, this league, don't get me wrong. I don't like when, man, I'm gonna have you guys guess how this team did. I'm gonna have you guys guess how this team did. All right, I'm gonna have you guys guess how this team did. I don't think it did very good, but I don't know. We'll see how it. We'll see. All right, Jake, quarterback with Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, and you don't have a third quarterback. Mayfield's turning 32 as well. Quarterback room needs improvement. Genty and Price are going to be phenomenal running backs, though. Neighbors and Marv are going to be amazing wide receivers. Loveland's going to be a great tight end. You have Terry McLaurin, who's going to be a phenomenal flex one for you. But then you have Omar Cooper. You have the wide receiver two with the Jets. Come on, man. Then you have Travis Hunter. You have a cornerback for your flex 3. That's like drafting Sauce Gardner and hoping he'll get you some points. That's like drafting Jair Alexander and hoping he'll get you some points. A Pat Surtain and hoping he'll get you some points. Man, your flex 2 and 3 are definitely on the weaker side. You don't have a quarterback 3 on the weaker side. Worthy, Brooks, McMillan, Chig, Rodriguez. I actually don't mind your bench. I think Worthy still has upside. Brooks can still be the running back 1. Jalen McMillan has decent upside. Chiga Okonkwo could be that tight end 1. Replace Zach Ertz on that offense. I like the bench, but the quarterback 3 needs a lot of work. The flex 2 and 3 need a lot of work. In my opinion, for this year, I think it's going to be a solid 5.0 for next year because you're going to have Omar Cooper get older, because you're going to have Malik and Marv get more experience. You're still going to have Terry for next year as well. Jonathan Brooks might get another year of experience. Worthy might get another year of experience. You still have your first round next year as well. I'm going to give it for next year a 5.8. In total, it seems a 5.5. I don't, for a team that didn't do any trades, you still have some decent base players to start off with. But man, 5.4, 5.5 for this team. I'm not the biggest fan. But with that being said, man, Water Guy does take the reviews for the team, guys, for the league. 6.7 to Water Guy. Shout out to him. Shout out to BDCM, Pistons, Water Guy, Huff, Sounded Fury, Mally, Matt, Leviticus, Slippery, Jake Bayer, Joe, and Andre for all drafting with us, guys. I do appreciate it. We are going to go to League 43 now. We do have 3 people to review here, guys. We do have Dale starting off with Dale. Shout out to Dale for being in here. Dale does have his future first round picks. Let's see if he has. Oh, man. Guys, what do you think I'm going to say about this team as well? There's no trades. I don't care if you lose a trade or win a trade. There are no trades, guys. Man, okay, you do have your future first round picks. You have Caleb Williams, Jordan Love. You don't have a quarterback 3. I don't mind Jordan Love and Caleb Williams as your quarterbacks, though. Genty and Price are going to be phenomenal running backs. I just saw that combo as well. Drake London and Jordan Tyson, great wide receivers. Kincaid, I don't think you need Kincaid, man. Kincaid has done nothing to give you a reason to draft him. I'm not the biggest fan of Kincaid there. Marv, Omar Cooper, and Denzel in Boston. Like I said, guys, Marv is a good flex one, but then you're going to have to deal with Omar Cooper and Denzel Boston. Like, this team does not have an identity. Are you playing for next year? If you're playing for next year, go ahead and get some more 2027 rookie picks? You only have your own. You only have your own. You know what I mean? Then you have Eli Stowers, J.K. Dobbins. Why do you need Dobbins? He's 28. This is a young team. You don't need somebody old like Dobbins. You don't need a 32-year-old Goddard on your team. Man, it confuses me sometimes, guys. It confuses me when a young team ends up drafting old heads on their bench. I don't understand that. Never understood that. Unfortunately, due to your flex 2 and 3 being extremely weak, due to your bench being weak, due to you not having a quarterback 3, I do have to give this team overall, I think I'm gonna give this team probably a 3.4. 3.4 to you, Dale. I don't like the fact you didn't make any trades, man. This team doesn't have an identity, unfortunately. Shout out to you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, we're now gonna go to Brad. Brad, welcome, my brother. Let's go ahead and take a look at your team. And Brad, you're in the same boat, guys. What is up with teams not making trades? That makes me furious. And not a single league of mine, right? I'm just gonna show you guys, right? I'm drafting in 66, right? Not a single league of mine, I have not made any trades. Not a single league of mine, I have made any trades, guys. League 104, right? My most recent league, right? Not a single league, I have not made any trades. Guys, Dynasty is all about trades. All about trades. Use it wisely, guys. Use your trades wisely. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm just yapping. All right. All right, Brad. You do have your future first-round picks. You didn't make any trades. You have T-Law, Dak Prescott, and Tyler Show. Phenomenal quarterback room. Now, Prescott is turning 33 years old. I'm not sure how this team looks overall. Love and DeAndre Swift are going to be great running backs. Ted and Brian Thomas. Ted, I love, but Brian Thomas, guys. Brian Thomas, if you guys believe in Brian Thomas as your wide receiver 2, go ahead and put the whole house on him, because he's projected to give you 675 receiving yards. Yes, I said that. 675 receiving yards. And that's on sportbooks. That's on Vegas. You know what I mean? So if you want somebody that's going to get you 675 receiving yards as your wide receiver 2, go ahead. I don't love that. Browers is going to be an elite tight end. You have Christian Watson, Chris Bell, and Courtland Sutton. Bell's going to be irrelevant with the Dolphins. They're going to be an irrelevant team. Watson's going to have some use. Sutton's going to have some use. And then I'm guessing you're going to plug in Mark Andrews for the flex 2. I don't love that either. You have Tyler Show, Ty Simpson as well. I don't think you need Ty Simpson here at the 10-10. You already have Tyler Show. Instead of Ty Simpson, man, I definitely would have went with somebody else like a Quentin Johnston, just to solidify my flex room, so I don't have to start Chris Bell. As my flex 2. You know what I mean? Andrews is also on the older side. You have Branch, Stribling, Caleb Johnson, Tank Dill. I actually don't mind this bench team at all. But yeah, one old guy with Mark Andrews, and the rest are high upside players. You did phenomenal with your bench. I like how you did your bench. But your wide receiver 2 worries me. Your flex 2 worries me. It's hard for me to like those players. Not only that, man, you have DeAndre Swift and Jeremiah Love as your 2 only running backs. If one of them gets hurt, you're screwed. You are screwed if one of them gets hurt. You know what I mean? Below said Brian Thomas Jr. would do better if he had Mac Jones as his quarterback and always injured Kirk. Yeah, I agree, because Mac Jones would always sling it to him. But T-Law is not a slinging type of quarterback. T-Law is on the run, short passes, short to medium passes. That's why Christian Kirk gave you a lot of points when he was playing with T-Law. That's why Calvin Ridley, didn't really succeed in. Was Ridley with the Jaguars? Ridley was with the Jaguars, wasn't he, guys? Am I having a brain fart? Yeah, Ridley was with the Jaguars. That's why it didn't really work out too much for him. It just does not make, in my opinion, a lot of sense. That's going to be on the weaker side. Your running back 3 is going to be on the weaker side because you don't have it. I would recommend trading Ty Simpson right now and getting a running back 3 or getting a better flex 2. Unfortunately, overall, I think I'm going to have to give this team. You do have your future first, man, but you haven't made any trades. I'm going to give this team a 4.5, Brad. A 4.5. I do like this team more than Dale's team. I will say that. Your bench is a lot better. Your quarterbacks are in a better standing. Your wide receivers have more upside, but unfortunately, still 4.5, my brother. I take that back. His wide receivers are better than your wide receivers, but your bench is better. Your quarterbacks are better, and that's about it. Your running backs kind of cancel out. But with that being said, man, shout out to you for being here, Brad. I appreciate you. We're now going to look at CMB's team. CMB did make a trade, guys. CMB did make a trade. We do have to acknowledge that teams that make trades are automatically better. That's not even me talking. That's just in general. Not only that, he has 2 future firsts, 2 future seconds, 2 future firsts, and 2 future seconds. So he has 4 first-round picks, 4 second-round picks in the next 2 years. That's really well done, guys. In my opinion, that's really well done. Let's go ahead and take a look at CMB's team here. CMB Lamar as your quarterback 1, getting him at the 2.5. What a phenomenal job. And you have CJ Stroud. You don't have a quarterback 3, but that's all right because we might not be competing this year. We could get a quarterback in the rookie draft next year. Travion and RJ Harvey are going to be phenomenal running backs next year. Once Ramondre is older, once J.K. Dobbins is out of that team, those are going to be good running backs. This year is nah. Roman, Ladd McConkey, great wide receivers. Warren, great tight end. Makai, DJ Moore, and John Coleman. See, why are we taking DJ Moore? You have 2 running backs playing for next year. You have amazing quarterbacks. Lamar's on the older side now, I will say that. I definitely would have went with Dart based on what you did over Lamar Jackson. I would see if I could trade Lamar Jackson for Dart plus something else. But man, this team is destined to compete next year. You don't want to be a Steelers team and be 7-7 next year and not make the playoffs and have the 106. That's not going to be very valuable for your team. So what I will say is, like I said, you don't have a third quarterback. That's on the weaker side. Your running backs are on the weaker side because they are in a committee. Your wide receivers are great. Your tight end is great. Your flexes with Makai Lemon is phenomenal. But DJ Moore is on the older side. You do not need DJ Moore, especially when you have such a young team. You have Jonah Coleman as well as your flex 3. Like I said, this team doesn't have an identity on the flexes. You know what I mean? You have Rico Dowdle, Jeremy, JCM, TJ Hawkinson, Brandon Ayuk. See, like, you're competing for next year, my brother. You do not need these old heads on your bench, on your team. You do not need that. Ah, man. Unfortunately, looking at this team, I like the fact you have future first-round picks. I like the fact that your running backs are on the younger side. Your wide receivers are on the younger side. But then once it comes to flex 2 and 3, after rounds 9 plus, you messed up, man. After DJ Moore, Rico Dowdle, TJ Hawkinson, Brandon Ayuk, you do not need those players, my friend. You do not need those players. But overall, from all the teams I reviewed, this is the most solid team. Just based on the 2 other teams I reviewed. So I'm going to give this team a 5.6. Unfortunately, like I said, I think if you drafted more younger people and just competed for next year, this team would have been a lot better, CMB. I'm going to have to give this team a 5.6. Shout out to you for being here, guys. Shout out to AMC, Easy, Rabbi Rob, Tolman, Big Mac, Devin, Tom, CMB, Stans, Brad, Troy, and Dale for all drafting with us, guys. I do appreciate it. We are now going to go to League 44. But Lil, man, hope you're having a good night, brother. Hope you're having a good night, man. Yeah, we got some players. So guys, Garrett Wilson did get traded to the Rams. I do think the Browns did end up winning that. But man, the Rams are scary. The Rams are scary. I have to admit, the Rams are scary. Now, just imagine they didn't draft Ty Simpson. Imagine they used the 13th pick plus the 2028 first and kept Jared Verse and you know, Myles Garrett. That would have been a scarier team, but of course, the Rams are always gonna somehow, not fully mess it up, but they could have done better. Yes, sir, brother. Hope you're doing well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a look below. I wish you did more dynasties, man. Dynasties are so much fun with trading. Now, some teams don't trade, and it makes me. It ruins the fun of dynasty. You know what I mean? Dynasties are amazing, slow draft because you can trade, but some people just choose not to. All right, guys, we're gonna go to League 44 here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the draft board. We're gonna start off with Bryce, team Bry 32. You have 2 first-round picks next year. You have 2 first-round picks in 2028. 4 first-round picks. Let's go ahead and take a look at your team real quick. Bry. You're at the 110, Bry. I hope you don't have any old players on your team, man. Show. Okay, you don't have a quarterback too. Now your quarterback is extremely weak, right? But you do have 4 first-round picks. You can draft a quarterback next. Devon Achane and Judkins are going to be great running backs for you. Neighbors and Pickens are going to be great wide receivers. Schultz, why do you need Schultz? You don't need Schultz. You don't need Schultz at all. You don't need Njoku. You don't need this. You don't need this right here, man. You do not need this right here at all. They're waste of picks. Bucky Irving, Makai Lemon, Kevin. This is a phenomenal flex room. Phenomenal flex room, man. Christian Watson, Cortland Sutton. Why are we drafting Sutton and Pittman? Why are we drafting Sutton and Pittman when we're playing for next year? Right, guys? These are the things that sometimes don't make sense to me. Instead of Pittman, go with a Parker Washington. Instead of Sutton, go with a Josh Downs. Now, yes, you could plug them in. This team can still compete for this. For this year, you do have Geno Smith, which I don't love. You're gonna plug him in here. This team is still very solid. This team is still very good. Tony Pollard, David Njoku. You have very, very old players on your bench, but you do have young running backs. You have young wide receivers. You have young flex rooms. I think, even though you have a weak quarterback room, I still think this is a very, very good team. Very good team, man. Now, I did hope, Sutton and Pittman, I get, but then why are we taking Pollard? Why are we taking more old guys, Why are we taking Njoku? We want to diversify a little bit. League 8, 9, 10, and 25 need some reviews below. Those are old leagues, bro. Those are old leagues. It's the draft was last year. The draft was last year, bro. We can't do reviews on those. But you're more than welcome to join my future ones, broski. All right. But with that being said, man, I think you should have stopped at a certain point, Bry. But I do like what you did with this team. I love your future first-round picks. I love how you drafted as well. I'm personally probably going to give this team. Overall, man, I really do like this team. I think I'm going to give this team a solid 8.5, Bry. I think so far from all the teams I've seen, not only do you have a very solid team, but you also have 4 first-round picks next year. The biggest concern is going to be your tight end and your quarterbacks. That's going to be the biggest concern, man. I think because of that, I had to lower the rating to an 8.3. I'm going to give you an 8.3, brother. The tight end and the quarterbacks do scare me. If your quarterback gets injured with Geno Smith, if Tyler Show gets injured, you kind of screwed a little bit, man. But 8.3, very, very solid team, man. I love it. This is what I mean about teams that make trades. This is what I mean by teams that make trades, man. You're setting yourself up for success. Setting yourself up for success when you do trades. All right, we're gonna go forward with T Price. Bill, where do you think AJ Brown and Devontae Smith should go this time, man? I think in our most recent draft, AJB still won in the mid-third, and Devontae actually won in the third as well. But let me know what you think about it. All right, we're gonna go with T Price here. Where is he at? Perfect. T Price does have his future first round picks. Let's go and see if he made any trades. And he did make trades. It was late trades, but he still made those trades. It was late trades, but he still made those trades, guys. That's still decent. I wish he made trades earlier, but it's still not terrible. All right, J Love is your quarterback. Malik, terrible quarterback room. McCaffrey and Scatterbo are going to be great running backs for you, man. McCaffrey's on the older side, though. Jason and Ted are going to be great wide receivers. McBride is going to be a great tight end. Then you have Brian Thomas, Matthew Golden, and Quentin Johnson. This wide receiver room scares me. The only person I can actually trust in this wide receiver room, and this is a stretch when I say trust, it's probably Quentin Johnston. This flex room scares me a lot. I can't trust Brian Thomas. I can't trust Matthew Golden, and I cannot trust Quentin Johnston. You don't have a quarterback 3. Can't trust Malik Willis either. You have Blake Corum, Romeo Doubs, Tyler Algier, Jeremy, Braylon Allen, Mason Taylor. I don't mind the bench. The bench has some upside in case some people get injured. You have upside with Jeremy, upside with Blake Corum, upside with Braylon Allen in case the running back ones get injured. But this team, this flex room, scares me, man. I would try to go ahead and trade Christian McCaffrey. Getting him at the 4-7 is actually really nice, but I would still try to trade him and get a younger running back. Maybe trade him to someone that's competing and get a better flex player and a younger running back. For example, a McCaffrey for a Bucky Irving and, you know, a Parker Washington or something like that. You know, that's what I would do. The bench is on the better side, I will say that, but your quarterbacks are on the weaker side. Your flexes are on the way weaker side. But you do have your future first. What I will say about this team, man, is I'm going to give this team probably, I think you made the trades just a little bit too late, but it's still not a bad team, man. I'm going to give this team a 5.6. 5.6 C price, 5.6. Bill said AJB at the end of second and AJB before Nico. May is going to feed him. I agree. We just did a draft and AJB went after Nico, after Neighbors, after Pickens, and I was confused. I was confused as well. All right, guys, we're going to go to Pink Pony next. Pink Pony, let me go ahead and take a look at your team. You did make some trades. Now, they were in the later rounds, and I don't like that personally. But we'll see. We'll see how your team does. You do have your future first-round picks, and you ended up picking up a second and a third-round pick as well. Now, they don't do much, but it's not bad. Josh Allen's your quarterback one is phenomenal. You have Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray. This is a beautiful, beautiful quarterback room. Swift and Harvey are going to be great running backs, but it's not Harvey's year right now, guys. It's not Harvey's year right now. Garrett Wilson and Rashee Rice are going to be great wide receivers. Kraft is going to be a great tight end. You have Zay Flowers is going to be a great flex one. But then you have Denzel Boston and Brenton Strange. Don't get me wrong. I like Strange as your tight end, not as a flex player, man. Denzel Boston, he's competing with Jerry Jeudy. He's competing with Isaiah Bond, with Cedric Tillman. I don't like that. Your flex 2 and 3 definitely need work. You have Kyler Murray, Rico Dowdle, Brazel, Trey Benson, Debo. Why are we drafting Debo? Justin Fields. Your bench definitely needs work, man. Your bench needs a lot of work. I don't like that personally for you. Not only that, your flex 2 and 3 need work as well. RJ Harvey is not going to be someone you're going to trust right away either. Your running back 2 needs work. I need you to make your trades in the first 8 rounds. 8 rounds, guys. Or else your team's not going to really have an identity, man. This is a solid team that's not going to make the playoffs. I said it, man. And then next year, Swift is going to be turning 29 years old. You know, it's going to be hard for you. Rico's going to be turning 29 years old. You know, Josh Allen's going to be turning 32 years old. Kyler Murray's going to be turning 30 years old. You know, Deebo Samuels might not even play. Man, I do like T Price's team more than your team, Pink Pony. I'm not the biggest fan of what you did. I'm gonna give it a 4.4, Pink Pony. Shout out to you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, we're gonna go with Razman next. Razman, shout out to you for being here, man. You do not have your future first round pick. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your team. You made a lot of trades. A lot of trades. I like that. I like that. Jahmyr Gibbs fell to the 1-9. What are we doing? How are we letting Gibbs fall to the 1-9? Wow. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your team, Razman. Drake May, Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young. Solid quarterback room. Solid quarterback room. Gibbs, Kenneth Walker going to be amazing running backs. Jefferson and Olave are going to be great wide receivers. Kittle's going to be a good tight end for you. And then you have Etienne, Terry, and Jaden Higgins. I like your first flex 2 and 3, but I think Higgins is still going to need another year just in that system for him to see a lot of work. I'm guessing you're going to put Chuba Hubbard there, so I don't mind that at all. This is definitely a win-now team, man. This is definitely a win-now team. You have Jaden Higgins in your bench, Josh Downs, JCM, Chig, Antonio Williams. I love this bench as well, man. This is exactly what a team that's competing should do. Go ahead and take some not older guys, but some competing guys in your starting lineup and take upside on your bench, guys. Take that upside, man. Take a Jaden Higgins. Take a Josh Downs, a JCM, an Antonio Williams, a Jack Beck. You know, take those upside players on your bench, man. I think you did a phenomenal draft, Razman. What I will say, though, is this is a very solid team, man. Very solid team. Very solid team. Very solid team. Let me go ahead and look at Bryce team. This is both you guys did very solid. You and Bry did very solid as well. After looking at Bry's team, that quarterback room really does scare me, man. That quarterback room really does scare me. I'm going to go ahead and give Bry's team 7.9, guys. It's not an 8.3 anymore. That quarterback room scares me a lot more than I thought it did. Geno Smith just being the quarterback who just doesn't. And then you don't have a quarterback 3. I don't like that. I'm going to give Razman's team an 8. Let's go ahead and take a look. I do like Razman's team more. I'm going to give Razman's team an 8.1. I do like Razman's team more than Bryce's team, guys. With that being said, man, shout out to everybody for being here. Shout out to G-Will, Raz, Pink Pony, Sherman, RC, BC, T-Price, BT, 211, Bry, Noob, Section 700. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Razman for winning the team reviews, guys. We're now going to be going towards League 44. That is a solid team. I agree, Balil. I agree. Solid team there. All right, League 45, guys. Nobody wanted a review here, guys. Nobody, and that's okay. You know, sometimes people don't want reviews. Same goes with League 46. Nobody wanted a review in League 46. That's all right. We keep moving forward. League 47, we had 2 people want reviews, gentlemen. We had 2 people that wanted reviews in League 47. It was Teeper. Let's go ahead and take a look at your team, my brother. Teeper does not have his first round pick next year. Let's go ahead and see how he drafted. I do like the fact that he did some trades. He did a lot of trades from what it looks like. Let's go ahead and ETN at the 5'9" is a little bit too early though. A little bit too early for ETN there at the 5'9" is what I will say, just from what I looked at. All right, Teeper. I think starting next YouTube video, guys, I'm gonna be observing how you guys drafted, where you guys took people, you know what I mean, and giving you guys advice. Like Jonathan Taylor's the 2-3 is way too early, man. All right, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, and Malik Willis as your quarterbacks. I love it. You have a quarterback 3 with Malik Willis in case Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson gets hurt. JT and Saquon are gonna be elite running backs for you. Terry and Michael Pittman are, man, I don't know how I feel about those as your wide receivers. Kyle Pitts is going to be a good tight end. You have ETN, Quentin Johnson, and Chris Godwin. This is definitely a win-now team. Do you have your 28 first as well? You do have your 28 first. All right, you have your 27 second as well. You have Malik Willis, Jacoby Myers, Mark Andrews, Stephon Diggs. Man, this team is so old. So old, man. What are we... Okay, look, you want to balance out some old players with young players. You want to balance out the fact that you have 2 old running backs with a younger running back. You want to balance the fact that you have Terry McLaurin and Michael Pittman who are old wide receivers with a younger wide receiver. Now, Quentin Johnston, I like, but then you chose Chris Godwin? And Stephon Diggs and Jacoby Myers, this is a hospital team, and I don't like that at all. I hate when people go old players win now. I get the vision behind it, but long term, the strategy never works out, guys. It takes one bad playoff game for you to not even make the money. Simple as that. Unfortunately, this is still a strong team, but way too many old people on this team. I'm gonna have to give this team a 6.5 T-per. I don't like the vision with this team. 6.5. I do wish you drafted some younger players. You know, as soon as you got to the 11th round, instead you have Godwin, Terry McLaurin, you have Michael Pittman. Don't draft older players now. As soon as you get to the 11th, 12th, man, go ahead and take an Omar Cooper. Go ahead and take a Matthew Golden instead of Mark Andrews, right? Go. You have Kyle Pitts. You don't need Mark Andrews. Go ahead and take a Jalen Coker. Go ahead and take somebody young like a Jeremy Bernard. You don't need old heads on your team, man. It's never a good sign. Never a good sign, T-per. I'll give it a 6.5 for now, T-per. Now we're gonna go to Berg next. Where's Berg at? No, that's Biggie. Bergalicious. Bergalicious does seem like he did a lot of trades here. Let's go ahead and take a look at his team. Bergalicious does have, I think he does have his futures. He does not. He traded away his future first round pick as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at how his team is here. No, he didn't. He does have his first. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I was right. Bergalicious does have his future first round picks. I was looking at the wrong team. All right, Bergalicious. He drafted here at the 1-8, and he made a lot of trades. Josh Allen, Jackson Dart are going to be phenomenal quarterbacks, but man, Dart is injury prone because he's such a rushing, reckless quarterback. I would try to get a quarterback 3 here if possible. Do you have a quarterback 3? You have Shedeur Sanders as your quarterback 3. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but man, Dart and Allen are going to be phenomenal quarterbacks. I'm not even going to look at your running backs, man. What are we doing with our running backs here? Travion and Jalen Warren? Travion is still competing with Ramondre. Jalen Warren is competing with Rico Dowdle. I don't like that at all. Olave and Ladd are going to be phenomenal wide receivers. Fan is going to be an elite tight end. Moore, Metcalf, Omar. What are we doing here? I get it, man. You want to win. But why are we reaching for players to win like DJ Moore in the 7th round? This guy's turning 30. Why would we not, take a KC? Why would we not take a KC? Draft Kevin there. I don't like this right here, man. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think your flexes are really on the weaker side with Moore, Metcalf, and Omar Cooper. Your running backs are on the weaker side with Travion and Jalen Warren. You don't have a quarterback 3 at all. Then you have likely JCM, Kenneth Gainwell. Let's just say Jalen Warren and Travion gets hurt. They're not doing shit. You're going to have to rely on a JCM, who also didn't do shit last year. You know what I mean? Or a Kenneth Gainwell, who's turning 28, who's a running back 2 there. I don't like this team at all, man. This team doesn't have a vision. You don't have a future. You do have your future first round picks. I would try to salvage this team as much as I could. What I will say is the flexes scare me a lot. The running back scare me a lot. The quarterback 3 scares me a lot. And the bench scares me a lot too. Unfortunately, this is going to be one of the lower rated teams, man. I'm going to probably give this team, just because you have your future first round pick, this team gets a 2.7. Just because you have your future first round pick. If you didn't have that future first round pick, man, it would be in the ones. I'm sorry, it would be in the ones. I'm not sure what the vision with this team is. 2.7 to you, Berg. I appreciate you for being here. With that being said, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Blake, 211, Zahad, Biggie, Mavs, Anthony, Drew, Berg, Dakerboy, Davis, Teeper, and Nuggernaut for all drafting with us, man. All right, we're now going to go forward to League 48, gentlemen. League 48, we have 2 people in here that wanted reviews as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at their teams. All right, in League 48, Crown and Mihet wanted a review here. So Crown, let's go ahead and take a look at your team. All right, Crown, let me exit out of that draft results. All right, Crown, you do have a second round pick next year and a third round pick in 2028, an extra third round pick. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your team. You did do some trades, which I really do like. By the way, guys, big shout out to Crown, man. He's one of our supporters in our community. He's been helping us a lot in finding people for the leagues and supporting the community. Big shout out to him, man. I'm not gonna be biased though. If you draft like shit, I'm gonna roast your team, Crown. I'm just gonna let you know, man. Herbert, Tila, Mendoza, phenomenal quarterback room. This is what I'm looking for when I say I need a good quarterback room, man. Brees Hall and Dave Montgomery are gonna be great running backs. Jamar and Brian Thomas. Why are we reaching for Brian Thomas here? Why are we taking Brian Thomas over Zay Flowers? Why are we taking Brian Thomas here over Zay Flowers? I don't understand the thought process there at all, man. Zay Flowers has proven he can be a consistently decent, not even a consistently good wide receiver, and he's only 25. Brian Thomas has proven he knows how to shit the bed and forget how to catch. I mean, that's just how it is based on how he how he played, man. I don't like that at all for you. If it was Zay Flowers, it would be way better there. Tight end with Mark Andrews is going to be solid, but man, he's also turning 31 years old. I would be very careful with that. Devontae, DeAndre, and DK Metcalf. Not a bad flex room. I would really like Devontae. You got Devontae at the 7-1. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful pick there at the 7-1, especially with A.J. Brown getting traded. What does scare me, though, is DK Metcalf here, turning 29 years old. Didn't really do much last year. That does scare me. You have DeAndre Swift. Your flex 1 and 2 are amazing, but your flex 3 scares me. But you do have Rico Dowdle. You have Brandon Ayuk. I don't know if they're going to do much more than DK Metcalf. What I will say, man, is if Brees Hall and David Montgomery get injured, you're going to have to rely on Rico Dowdle. I don't fully love that, unfortunately. It's still a solid team, though, man. It's still a solid team. You also have extra draft capital next year and the year after that. This team is competing. I think the biggest mistake you did in this draft was taking Brian Thomas here at the 5'10". I don't think you needed to do that at all. Your bench does have some upside as well, man. You have Tank Dell, Braden Allen, Caleb Johnson, Torrey Horton, Troy Franklin. You know, your bench does have upside as well. I like this team. Besides the wide receiver 2 and the flex 3. With that being said, I'm going to give this team a solid 7.0 Crown. It still could use some work, but because of your future capital, because of some of the draft picks you made, I still like this team. Shit, I would do a $500 Dynasty if Gibbs is going at 9. Yeah, man. Yeah, Gibbs went at 1.9. I don't know how. But Crown, shout out to you. I appreciate you, brother. A 7.0 rating for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at Meehet's team here. Meehet, you did make some trades as well. I like that. You have 3 first-round picks next year. Okay. I hope you didn't draft old heads, Meehet. I hope you did not draft old heads, NM. Let's go ahead and take a look at your team. Jaden Daniels is going to be a phenomenal quarterback. You have Dak. Why are we taking guys? What are we doing? Why are we taking a Dak Prescott at the 4-12 when we have 3 first-round picks next year? We're not competing anymore, Meehead. We're not competing anymore, man. He's turning 33. Next year, he'll be 34. And you also don't have a quarterback 3. I don't like that. Judkins and Gentry are going to be phenomenal running backs. Pearson, Wilson. Wilson's going to be irrelevant if Marvin Harrison is going to be healthy. Just like last year when Marv was healthy, Michael Wilson didn't really do much, man. 1, 8, 1, 4, 3, 8, 7, 9, 7. And then he exploded because Marv got hurt. It's not going to do much. Pierce, I do like. Kraft, I like as well. Laporta, why do you need back-to-back tight ends here? You don't need back-to-back tight ends. Chuba, I don't mind, but you're reaching for him at the 8-12. You're reaching for Chuba Hubbard at the 8-12. I would easily take DeAndre Swift over Chuba Hubbard personally. Chuba Hubbard's status is also unknown. Jonathan Brooks could very easily be the running back one, while DeAndre Swift is certified running back one on that team. Jaden Higgins as your flex 3, I don't like either. You have Pollard, Mason, Chig, Zakarian Branch, Kate Auden, Jalen Naylor, Hurst, Jalen Knoll. What I will say is, besides the Tony Pollard pick and the Jordan Mason pick, I like your bench. Now, your bench does need a quarterback 3 on this team. It does need a better wide receiver 2. It does need a better wide flex 3 as well, and it needs. So, with everything being said, I wish, man, you could have capitalized this team so much more if you did not try to play for a win now, right now, especially with 3 first-round picks. If you just took the loss this year and just drafted some upside players, the really nice upside players, this team could have been so much better, man. But unfortunately, you tried doing you tried doing weird strategy, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'll give this team a 5.7. A 5.7 me hit. The team confuses me. But next year, 7.0. 7.0, 7.1 even. With those 3 first-round picks, it's just this year. I think you should have took a step back, been like, you know what, I'll take it on the chin. And, you know, because I have 3 first-round picks, I'll just chill out. But with that being said, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Nick Tran, Davis, Crown, AMC, Dave, Cornelio, Falcaholics, 11, Devin, 2UC, Mally, and Muhead. I appreciate you guys. Correction, OC. Yes. Oh, my bad. Bro, DK had Arthur Smith as head coach. McCarthy made Lamb number 1 wide receiver. I mean, Pittman is there, man. Lamb didn't have any wide receivers to compete with. Who says that Pittman isn't going to be the wide receiver 1 on that team? There's nothing that says Pittman can't be the wide receiver 1 on that team, right? You know? So, all right. With that being said, we are now going to go to League 49. We'll do a couple more leagues. All right, League 49. We got Johnny. All right, we got John in League 49. Let's go ahead and take a look at his team. If I can find him, guys, I'm sorry. Here you go. John, Playboy, and Zay. This is the team. All right, John. You have 1, 2 first-round picks. You have 1, 2, 3. You have 5 first-round picks, man. I just hope you don't draft old heads now, all right? Let's not be stupid and draft some old heads, all right? Johnny, let's go ahead and take a look at your team. All right. Why do we have Darnold? Why are we drafting Darnold over Bryce Young? Why do we do this to ourselves, guys? I don't understand at all. All right, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Allen, Darnold. I like Allen, don't get me wrong, man, but why are we taking Allen over Drake May when we have 5 first-round picks next year? 5 first-round guys. Why would we take Allen, who's turning 31 years old, over a Drake May, who's turning 24, who just finished as a quarterback 2? When you have 5 first-round picks, man, it doesn't make sense. Harvey and Charbonnet, I don't mind at all. Lamb, Higgins, also on the older side. I don't love that. I don't love that for you. Tyler Warren, I like. Wilson, Woody, Sutton. Bro, John. You don't need a Sutton. You don't need a Michael Wilson, who's turning 27 years old as well. Take the 2026 loss to the chin and just be like, you know what? I'm going to compete next year. This team, when people try to do this, you know what I mean? It does not make sense to me, man. All right, but with that being said, the flexes are iffy, man. Wilson's gonna be irrelevant with Marv healthy. Woody Marks Running back 2, Jalen Waddle's on that team. Troy Franklin is still there. I don't like your flexes at all, man. Your running backs are also not competing this year. Harvey is dealing with J.K. Dobbins. Charbonnet is going to be injured most of the season. What are we? It's just this team doesn't make sense to me, man. This team does not make sense to me. Jalen Coker, Gunnar Helm, T.J. Spears, Kimani Vidal. Now, you do have some upside with Coker, some upside with Spears, Vidal, Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, but that upside only is there if the running back 1 gets hurt. You know what I mean? Why are we taking a Sutton at the 13-10? Why are we taking a Michael Wilson at the 9-10? It doesn't make sense to me. Why are we taking Darnold? Why are we taking Allen or Drake May? It's just the identity of this team is lost, my brother. Because of the draft, of the way you drafted, and your draft picks, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 5.5 because I do like the draft picks you do have, man. But it's just this team is. You should have just drafted some upside players here. Just played for next year. This isn't gonna get you anywhere. It's gonna get you a 7-7 team. You might lose in the first round of the playoffs. You might not even make the playoffs. It's not. Just take the loss, man. Take the loss. All right, we're gonna go to Playboy next. Playboy, no trades. Playboy, you understand that's not gonna be a good team. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your team. Oh my God, guys, what the fuck is happening here? All right, Burrow, Baker, and Daniel Jones. I don't mind that quarterback room. That's a win now quarterback room. Now, they're all on the older side, but I don't mind it. Judkins, Etienne are going to be great running backs. Amon-Ra Jefferson, great wide receivers. So far, amazing. But now we're going to get on the bad side, are we not, guys? Godston, competing with Njoku. Don't like that. Rome, I like. But then Pearsall. What has Pearsall done to deserve anything? He's not going to do anything next year. Jonah Coleman, a running back 3 on your flex room. Guys, don't do this to yourselves, man. Go ahead and trade. Go ahead and take a loss, take a win. Go ahead and trade. This is going to get you nowhere. A Ricky Pearsall and Jonah Coleman on your flexes are going to get you nowhere. You have AJ Barner, Michael Penix, Tua. Why are we taking more quarterbacks here? You have Daniel Jones and Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow. Why are we taking Michael Penix and Tua? It makes zero sense. The team makes zero sense. Then you have Kaytron Allen, Carson Beck, Anthony Richardson, another quarterback. Guys, this is not an extra super flex league. You only get to play 2 quarterbacks. It does not make sense to me. Your flexes 2 and 3 are on the weaker side. Your bench is severely on the weaker side. This team's going to be a solid 4.5, unfortunately, Playboy. 4.4, 4.5. I'm not the biggest fan of this team. All right, Zay. We're going to go forward with your team. Zay, you did make a lot of trades here. You did move up in the first round. Let's go ahead and see if that's going to do anything for you. You do have your future first round picks as well. If we take a look at your team, you have Jaden Daniels. You have Bo Nix. Phenomenal quarterbacks, man. But unfortunately, they're both injury prone. I'd be very, very, very careful with that. Love and Brees Hall are going to be great running backs. Neighbors, Terry are going to be great wide receivers. Likely is going to be a good tight end. Then why are we drafting Hunter again, guys? What's Sauce Gardner going to do on my team, guys? What's Sauce Gardner going to do in my flex room? Nothing. What did Matthew Golden do last year to be like, yeah, I'm going to put him in my flex room? Nothing. What did Worthy do last year? Nothing. Your flexes are severely, severely lacking, man. Downs, I like. Williams, I like. JCM, I don't mind. Rodriguez, I don't mind. Shakir, what has Shakir done? What has Shakir done to make you draft him? Ayuk. I like what you did with Downs, Williams, JCM, Rodriguez, Skylar Bell. I don't mind that at all. Some upside there, but you definitely whiffed on Shakir. You definitely whiffed on Brandon Ayuk. You definitely whiffed on your flex rooms. Your running backs are phenomenal, though. Your wide receiver is phenomenal. Your tight end is good. Your quarterbacks are beautiful, man. But I cannot overlook your flex room and your bench room. Fortunately, I think I'm gonna have to give this team probably a 5.1, Zay. 5.1, man. I don't know what you're doing with this team, man. I don't understand the thought process of the team. Yes, you moved up in the first round, but at the cost of your flex room. You know what I mean? You moved up in the 9th round, or I'm not sure what you did there. I mean, this wide gap right here, it hurts you right here, Zay. This wide gap is gonna hurt you here, unfortunately. But a 5 point, I'll give it a 5.0, Zay. 5 points. The more I look at this team, man, the less I like it. The more I look at this team, the less I like it. It just, nobody on your bench is gonna be solid on your flex room. This team is not going to be good this year. It's going to lose, right? I'm looking at next year, right? Golden's going to have more experience. Worthy's going to have more experience. Love's going to have more experience. But Terry's also going to be older. You know, why are we drafting Terry when our team is so young? Fuck, man. I can't give it a 5.0, guys. I'm going to give this team a 4.5. 4.5, 4.6, Zay. I cannot give this team a 5.0, man. I'll give it a 4.6. So that's going to be my last rating because you do have some solid pieces in here as well. But shout out to John. I think John is still, even with, not the most amazing team, still ended up winning the reviews. I think he ended up getting, what was it, a 5.5, 5.6, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. But shout out to John, man. I appreciate you. All right, guys, with that being said, man, shout out to Will, Darren, John, Rich, Rob, Zay, Slippery Fetus, Dave, Graham, Dirty, Jay, and Playboy for all drafting with us, man. Dude, your messages are getting retracted, Brandon. I don't know why. I don't have anything. I don't have bots or anything, I don't know why. Look, this is what I see on my thing, Bilil. I just see them being retracted. I'm not sure why. All right, with that being said, we're going to go to League 50 now. We're almost done, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying everything, man. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal rest of your days. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at League 50. We do have Sean that wants a review here. Sean, you do have your future first-round picks you drafted at the 1-9. You did not make any trades, man. Guys. I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. When you don't make trades in Dynasty, you're asking to lose. You're donating money when you don't make trades, guys. Whether it's a good trade, bad trade, you're donating your money. It's not good, bro. All right, Shan. Lamar, Dak, great quarterbacks. You don't have a quarterback 3 though. They're both kind of injury prone. I'd be worried about that. Cook and Kenneth Walker are gonna be great running backs. Amon-Ra and Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's gonna be useless, like I said, with Marv healthy. I like Amon-Ra. Wide receiver 2 is gonna be irrelevant. Omar, Denzel, this is a horrid flex room. A horrid flex room. Omar Cooper's not going to do anything. Denzel Boston's not going to do anything. Jaden Higgins is not going to do anything this year. Horrid flex room. You have likely JCM, J.K. Dobbins, Al Gear, Rashad White, Keyshawn. This is not a... Why are we drafting Dobbins when you have such young pieces on your flex room? I'm not the biggest fan of that. You have Kyle Pitts. Why are we taking Isaiah Likely? I don't mind Rashad White at all. Why are we taking Theo Johnson? Maybe we're hoping for our tight end in our bench to get injured so we could play Theo Johnson. I don't, man. I'm not trying to hate on your team, Sean. I'm not trying to hate on him, my brother. The running backs are beautiful, man. The quarterbacks are solid. The wide receiver 1 is solid. The tight end is solid. But when it comes to your wide receiver 2, when it comes to your flex room, when it comes to your quarterback 3, with you not having any, when it comes to your bench, this is an extremely, extremely weak team, especially because it does not have an identity. The team doesn't know what it wants to do. Not only that, man, yes, you have your future first, and that's the only reason why this team is getting an above 1.0 rating, man. I'm gonna give this team a solid 2.2. Sean, 2.2, 2.3, brother. The team does not have an identity. I don't know what the team is looking for. If you can get DK as your wide receiver 4, I'll risk it in any draft at round he's usually going at. I would take Pittman over DK. Call me crazy, Bilal. Call me crazy, Bilal. I would take Pittman over DK. All right, next, Meisterman. Welcome, my brother. All right, you traded away your future 2nd round, but you got a future 3rd round. All right. You did make some trades as well. I like the sound of that. Dart, Kyler Murray, and Daniel Jones, good quarterback room. McCaffrey, Saquon, elite running back room, but they are on the older side. Jefferson, Neighbors, great wide receiver room. Kraft is great tight end room. Waddle, Rico, Jaden Reed. This is not the worst flex room I've seen. This is still a flex room that can compete. I still like this flex room. Waddle has a lot of upside. Rico could be their running back 1. Jaden Reed, if Christian Watson gets hurt, could get you those points. I like that flex room. You have Chris Godwin, Chig, Tank, Mac Jones, Jerry Judy. Why are we taking Mac Jones? Do we need Mac Jones? Why are we taking Mac Jones? We don't need Mac Jones, man. Tank Bigsby, Jerry Judy, Keaton Mitchell, Desmond, Tyreek Hill. Your bench is losing what it wants to do. Your bench is confused. Do I want to go for upside? Do I want to go for some old heads that aren't really going to do much? Your bench is losing its upside, man. Your bench is losing its identity. I say that word because I want you guys to understand what that means. But overall, the starting lineup is really nice. Is really nice. You still have your future 1st round pick. I would recommend you trading that future 1st round pick and maybe getting a stronger flex player. Because so far, this is still a very solid team, but your flex is a little bit on the weaker side. Not too much, but a little bit on the weaker side. I will be honest. Your bench could use improvement as well, man. Especially with you know, there's nobody I can really trust in there. Chris Godwin is projected 600 yards on sportbooks. Don't really love that. Chig, you're not really going to play him because you have Tucker Kraft. So the bench does need some safer players, some upside players as well. But with that being said, man, I'll give this team probably because you have your future 1st round pick, because this team's still very competing, I'm going to give it I'll give it a 6.8. 6.8 sounds fair for this team, Meisterman. Shout out to you, brother. I do appreciate you, and I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your night. With that being said, man, shout out to Dusty, Noob, Sean, Roller, Spall, Duckamish, Devin, Jay, Equag, Philip, and Pistons for all drafting with us, guys. We're going to go to League 51 now. In League 51, Zay did want to review. Zay, your last draft was not very bueno. Was not very good, my friend. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this team does, right? You have all your future 1st round picks. All right, I like that. You did do a lot of trades as well. I like that. I like that for you, Zay. Stroud, Matthew Stafford. Quarterback room is horrid. I love Judkins is going to be amazing running back room. Lamb, Marver are going to be phenomenal wide receiver room. Bowers is going to be an elite tight end. Etienne, this is a great flex room. This is a solid team. Solid teams, eh? Way better than the team you last drafted. Way better than the team you last drafted. Now, what I will say is you do have some old heads on this team, which I don't love. You know, if we're talking about old heads, Etienne is on the older side. McLaurin's on the older side. Metcalf's on the older side. Matthew Stafford's on the older side. I don't love that. I don't love that. But this year, it will compete. Why are we taking a cornerback? Again, what is Sauce Gardner going to do on your team, Zay? Williams is, you know, upside. I don't mind that. Jacoby Lane. Why are we taking Ayuk and then Tyreek Hill? You already have old heads on your flex room. Why do we need more old heads on our bench? Pick a struggle, man. Pick a struggle. You can't just draft all old heads, right? And then draft some young heads as well. Pick a struggle, whether you want young people on your team or old people on your team. But if you're picking old people on your team, right, don't pick it all. You know, minimize that struggle. But what I will say is, man, still a very solid team. Still a very solid team. The quarterback room, it's on the older side. I don't love that. But the bench, you know, you do have upside with Williams, Jacoby Lane, Keyshawn Allen. Then you took Stephon Diggs too, man. What's up with you and old people, man? What's up with you and old players? I don't like that. The old players on your team are definitely gonna decrease the ranking I was gonna give you. But the bench does have some upside, you know. You have Max Clare here. I'm surprised you got him at the 2012. I actually don't mind that at all. The bench does have some upside. You don't have a quarterback 3. That scares me. Your flexes are very, very on the older side. Your bench is on the older side. I don't love that. I'll give this team a 6, a 5.9. 5.9, Zay. 5.9, man. Shout out to you for being here. I appreciate it. It doesn't crack the 6.0 mark yet. Because you drafted just so many old heads, man. So many old heads. I would try to trade away your future first, or I would try to get some younger people. But with that being said, man, shout out to Quick, 211, Siege, Jay, Campbell, Davis, Pug, T-Money, Frontal Lobe, Fury, Galaxy, Beaster, and Zay. All good. I respect that. I have hope. Hey, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think Arthur Smith went to Georgia. I think he's the OC in Georgia. So I'm just choosing Georgia not to make the championships. You know, the college football championship. Whatever team Arthur Smith goes to ends up being a shit team. So it's just. All right, guys. With that being said, we're gonna go to League 52 now. We do have 2 people in here to take care of League 52, and then after this, we have 1 more league, and then we'll be done with that, guys. And then for the other leagues, I'll take care of it as soon as more leagues get finished, guys. All right. With that being said, League 52 draft results. Matt wanted a review. Matt, you have an extra 3rd round pick. You do have all your future picks intact. If we take a look at your team, you did make some trades. I do like that. Jordan Love is going to be a great quarterback. You have Malik Willis as your quarterback too, and you don't have a quarterback 3. That is a horrid quarterback room. Cook and Judkins are going to be amazing running backs. Amon-Ra and Christian Watson are going to be... Wow, you got Love at the 6'2"? That's a phenomenal Jordan Love pick there. All right, with that being said, man, I'm sorry. Amon-Ra, Christian Watson are going to be great wide receivers. Brock Bowers is going to be a great tight end. You have Etienne, Javonte, and Josh Downs, which I don't mind as your flexes. So far, if this team stays healthy, this is a solid team, Matt. This is a solid team if this team stays healthy. But unfortunately, you don't have a quarterback 3. That scares me. You have Parker Washington as your bench. I don't mind that at all. Tua and Penix. Yes, one of them is going to be the quarterback 3, but neither of them I'm going to trust to go ahead and play, you know, on my super flex. I'd rather play Parker Washington on my super flex over Tua and Michael Penix personally. Gunnar Helm, Chris Rodriguez, Rashid Shaheed, Kyle Williams. I do wish I was seeing a little bit more rookies on the bench, man. I'm not seeing as many rookies on the bench. Bill says, leave the running backs to me and you pick wide receivers for us. Yes, sir. I'll go ahead and do that, my brother. Man, I hope you're having a good work day, Bilal. I don't know how you do it this late, man. I don't know how you do it this late, brother. All right, but with that being said, man, the quarterback room needs to work. The running backs are phenomenal. The wide receivers are phenomenal. The tight end is great. The flex room is great. The bench does need some improvement as well, though, with upside. But I do like this team, man. I do like this team. I'm going to give this team a solid 6.3. 6.3. 6.3, Matt. I like this team. All right. With that being said, we're gonna go to Jay Johnson now. Where are you, Johnson? Perfect at the 1-2. It does seem like you made some trades. Does seem like you made some trades. All right. With that being said, you have all your future picks intact, besides your 2027 third. If we go ahead and take a look at your team, you have Brock Purdy, Cam Ward, and you don't have a quarterback 3. Also, why are we taking Cam Ward over Jordan Love? What did Cam Ward do last year to be like, yeah, yo, let's go ahead and take Cam Ward over Jordan Love, man? What made you pick Cam Ward there? It's just such a confusing pick there. But Bijan and DeAndre Swift are going to be great running backs. Olave, Burton are going to be great wide receivers. Lovin's going to be a great tight end. Then you have Alec Pierce, great flex 1. But Brooks and Coleman? What are we doing with Brooks and Coleman here? They're lost. They're not sure what to do in your starting lineup. They're not sure what to do there. You have Denzel Boston, Matthew Golden, AJ Barner. I like your flex room because it has I like your bench because it has a lot of upside. But your flexes are confused with what they want to do, man. They're lost. They need guidance. I would recommend you trading your 2027 first and second and going and grabbing some good flex players, because right now they're lost. With that being said, this is still a solid team, man. I'm going to give it a 6.1. I do like Matt's team just a tad bit more than your team because I don't think his flexes are lost. His quarterbacks are lost, but not his flexes. But with that being said, man, shout out to you for being here. I appreciate you. You get a 6.1, Jay Johnson. All right, guys. Shout out to Dusty, K, Jay Johnson, Masta, JJ, Devon, Goldie, Zadai, Matt, Rex, Newman, and Dirty Bird for all being here. I appreciate you guys. He's terrible. I agree, Billo. I agree, my brother. I agree. All right, guys. Last but not least, League 53. It did seem like only one person wanted to review here, and that was Teeper. Let's go ahead and take a look. Teeper, I think the last league you did that got reviewed, right? It was not. It got a 6.5. Let's see if you do better on this team, right? You do not have your future first round pick. All right. You drafted here at the 1-5. You made a lot of trades. You moved up to get Gibbs as well. Let's take a look at your team. Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones. Good quarterback room. McCaffrey, Gibbs, elite running back room. Puka, Mike Evans, good wide receiver room. So far, I know Mike Evans is on the older side, but still a solid wide receiver room. Ferguson's going to be a decent tight end for you. You have Chase Brown, Devontae, and Travis Kelce. I like Brown and Devontae Adams. Kelce, I'm still not a fan of, but this year, he should not be bad for you, especially with you trading your future first away. This is a solid lineup so far. Solid lineup. I don't like the old players on your team as much. McCaffrey's old, Mike Evans is old, Devontae's old, Travis Kelce's old. You have a little bit too much on the older heads. I don't love that personally. And then you double down on the old guys again. Took Stephon Diggs. Jerry Jeudy's turning 28. Took Jerry Jeudy there. What is Pat gonna do for your team? Your bench is horrible bench. I don't like it at all, man. But the starting lineup is decent. Unfortunately, man, there's just too many old players in your starting lineup. I'm gonna have to give it a 5.8 for this one. I do think I like your other team a little bit better. Your bench needs a lot of work, man. This year, the team is easily a 7.2, 7.3. But next year, when Mike Evans is turning 34 years old, when McCaffrey's turning 31 years old, when Devontae's turning 35 years old, when Kelce's turning 38 years old, yeah, you're not gonna like it. But this year, live it up, have fun. But next year, it's not gonna be very nice for you. A 5.8 for you, Teeper. And with that being said, man, shout out to 211, Duckumish, T Blank, Robo, Teeper, Lamantia, Jimmy, Ryan, Rick, Davis, Thing, Rabbi, and SJ Camp for all drafting with us, guys. I appreciate it, man. If you guys did not get your team reviewed, don't forget, guys, you have to make sure you guys DM me the league name, the league number, your your YouTube name, and whether or not you're subscribed or not. But with that being said, man, shout out to everybody. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took some advice, some looks. Don't forget to join the Discord, guys. We have a lot of people. We're doing a $100 giveaway right now, by the way, guys. Join the Discord. We're doing a $100 giveaway right now. Not only are we doing a $100 giveaway, but we have over 5,700 people in the Discord, guys. The Discord is growing. The community is growing. Can't wait to see what it becomes. But Lil, I don't get off until 7:30 a.m. All good. I ate an edible and it wakes me up. Dude, the edible is supposed to do the opposite, Lil. I think your body's confused with what's going on. You know, I think your body's confused with what's going on. But with that being said, man, shout out to everybody for being here. Lil, I appreciate you for keeping me company, guys.